Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine you're standing on a hillside in the Scottish Highlands. The heather brushes your ankles, the wind carries the scent of pine and peat. Off in the distance you hear something, soft at first, then clearer. A voice. No instruments, just a human voice, raw and beautiful. It's an old song passed down through generations. A story wrapped in a melody. That's the magic of Scottish folk songs and ballads. They've filled kitchens, fields and gatherings for centuries. They've carried stories of heartbreak, hope, love and rebellion across time. Today we're going to explore what these songs are all about, what they mean, what themes they explore, and what impact they've had on music around the world. Welcome to the Scottish English Podcast, the show where we explore Scotland's culture, history and accents, all while helping you improve your English. And remember, if you want to follow along with this episode a little bit more easily, check out the link in the description where you'll find the transcript of this episode. And subscribe so that you know when the next episode of the Scottish English Podcast comes out. Let's begin with a simple question. What is a folk song or a ballad? In Scotland, folk songs and ballads are part of an oral tradition, meaning they were passed down from person to person, often by memory, hundreds of years before they were even written down. A ballad is usually a narrative song, a story told in verse. A folk song might tell a story too, but it might express feelings about love, work, politics, or even the land. These songs weren't written by famous composers. They came from ordinary people. People with jobs like shepherd, weaver, sailor, or soldier. And they often talk to the heart of Scottish life, its joys, its tragedy, and its fierce pride. Common themes in Scottish folk songs. Let's have a look at some of the most common themes in these traditional songs. 1. Love and loss. Love, especially unfulfilled love, is everywhere in Scottish ballads. Songs like the Bonnie Banks of Loch Lomond speak of lovers who are separated by war or death. You might know the line, "Ye tak the high road and I'll tak the low road." This is thought to be sung by a soldier condemned to die who thinks his spirit will return to Scotland before his living comrade does. 2. Tragedy and superstition. Many Scottish ballads are dark and eerie. Take the Twa Corbies, or the Two Crows. Here, two birds discuss what's left of a dead knight. Or the haunting tale of Tamlin, a young man who's captured by the Queen of the Fairies and has to be rescued by his lover. These songs reflect the mix of Christian and pagan beliefs in Old Scotland, full of spirits, witches and the supernatural. 3. Rebellion and patriotism. Scotland's turbulent history also plays a big role. Ballads like Ye Jacobites by Name or the Skyboat song talk about the Jacobite uprisings and the fight for independence. These songs gave people a sense of identity, and they still do today. They carry the emotions of loss, longing, and resilience. 4. Work and daily life. Some folk songs are about everyday life, fishing, farming, and weaving. The Work of the Weavers is a humorous song that celebrates the skill of cloth makers. Songs like these were often sung while working, keeping time with the rhythm of the job. The language of folk songs. Now you may have noticed that lots of Scottish songs are written in Scots, a language which is very closely related to English. For learners, this can be a bit of a challenge, but it can also be an opportunity. Here's an example from the song Auld Lang Syne, written by Robert Burns. Should auld acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? This line means, should old friendships be forgotten? It's poetic, nostalgic, and it's sung all over the world on New Year's Eve, or as we like to call it, hogmanay. Scots words like wee for small, bonny for pretty, and ken for no appear really often in these songs. Listening to folk songs can help you understand the rhythm of Scottish English, and it could even help you improve your listening skills. Influence beyond Scotland. Scottish folk music didn't just stay in Scotland. When Scots emigrated, especially to North America, they took their music with them. You can hear echoes of Scottish ballads in American country music, bluegrass, and Appalachian folk. Even famous artists like Bob Dylan were influenced by Scottish and Irish folk songs. And today, Scottish folk music is still alive and well. Groups like Capercaillie, the Corries, and Julie Fowlis have brought these ancient songs to modern audiences. Some sing in Scottish Gaelic, some in Scots, and some in English, but they all keep the tradition going. How to explore Scottish folk songs. If you're interested in diving deeper, here are a few tips. Start with the Corries. Their version of Flower of Scotland is iconic. Listen to Julie Fowlis, especially if you're curious about Scottish Gaelic. And use subtitles or lyric videos on YouTube to help you follow along with the words. Scottish folk songs and ballads are more than just music, they're windows into the past. They tell us how people lived, what they feared, what they loved, and what they fought for. And they do it in a way that still moves us today. Thanks for joining me on this musical journey through Scotland's tradition of folk song. If you've enjoyed this episode, please do subscribe and share it with your friend who may be interested in music or Scotland, or both. In the show notes, you'll find a list of all the songs that I mentioned in today's episode, along with links to versions that you can listen to online. Thanks again for watching the Scottish English podcast. I'll see you next time.